Hi guys! So in today's video I'm going to show you our exact process that we use to create a good title and subtitle for our books for Amazon KDP. Creating a really good title is really important because it not only helps you get better rankings on Amazon, but also better click-through rate. I'm going to give you a full example on exactly what we do step by step. So for this example, we're going to use the niche for graph paper notebooks. The reason we're going to use this is because we used our Titan's Quick View Chrome extension just to quickly find this niche, and here we can see that it has an opportunity score of 8 and a demand of 7. We can also quickly see here that it has 5,100 search results. So that's the amount of competitors, which is not too much. And then here we can see that it has 24 out of the 48 listings on page 1 are using this exact keyword in the title. So that just shows us there's a lot of relevance to this exact keywords. And then even more importantly, we can see that there's 5 books ranking on page 1 from people that are independent publishers. So that's something we're always looking for, because if other people can do it, then so can we. And then here with our Titan's Deep View tool, we can see that 5 out of the 48 products on page 1 have under 50 reviews, and then 2 of the 48 results on page 1 have under 5 reviews. So that just shows us that there's new listings on page 1. So if someone else can rank on page 1 that is a new book, then so can we. This is just one niche that I would really recommend if you are going to get into this niche, that you are going to run Amazon ads for, because a lot of these books, as you'll see if you scroll down, are bundles. And these are obviously not KDP books, these are just regular books, so it'll be a little bit harder to compete, but this niche has a lot of potential. But I would just recommend doing a good launch with Amazon ads. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is take a look at Titans Pro, our Titans Pro Chrome extension. And then here we are going to see all of the search suggestions from Amazon. So this tool is really great at not just showing you up to 10 keywords, which Amazon usually does without the extension, but you can see hundreds. And then here we're going to click on download all suggestions. And then we're going to add it to our Google Drive. But then in addition to that, we're also going to use the download first page data right here. And what that will do is download all of the titles and subtitles of all the books on page 1. So we're going to download that. So we downloaded the all the titles with our Titans Quick View Chrome extension. And then we also downloaded all of the data from our Titans Pro Chrome extension. And then the last thing we're going to do here is go to our Titans Retrieval tool. And this is a tool that reverse engineers any book on Amazon's keywords that they're ranking for or trying to rank for. So I just took one of the notebooks that we found and then clicked on the generate results button. And then here we can see all of the main keywords for this book on Amazon. So we're also going to copy that. So we can just quickly highlight this to make it simple. Click on copy, and we'll just create another tab in here. Obviously, I'm doing this research for the title live, so some of these steps will be a little bit slow. So just stick with it, and I think you'll get a lot of benefits from this video. All right, so then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to copy all of these titles and subtitles. And then once we copy that, we're going to go to selfpublishingtitans.com and use our Words Cloud tool. This is a free tool, and to use it, you can just hover over the tools, and you'll see it right on the bottom here. And then all we need to do is paste it in and click generate. And then here, what this tool does, it counts every single word that was used between the title and the subtitle, and it tells you how often it was used. So obviously when creating a title and a subtitle, you want to see the most popular keywords used by other people because those are working for them. So we're going to take inspiration from that and create our own unique title. But obviously you want to create a title and subtitle that has a good amount of keywords and relevant words in it for a user to want to click on it. So we can just quickly copy this data as well. And if you're interested, you can also see a chart here of which ones are used the most. This is just to visualize it even better. The biggest keywords here are the ones that are used the most, and the ones that are the smallest were used the least. So this is for all those people that are visual learners. So it's going to add another sheet and then paste it in here. And then we'll do the same thing for the Titans Pro search suggestions that we got. So we're just gonna add this in here and then click on generate once more. And then here we can see all of the top keywords that were suggested from Amazon itself. And we'll put that in a new sheet. All right, and just to make things easier, I'm just going to copy everything over to one spreadsheet, just to make it a bit more clean. Obviously, keyword research and title creation can be a little bit messy with so much data to look at, but we'll do our best to keep it a little bit organized. All right, so now that we have that, we're gonna start looking at the different results. So here, this is the data from our reverse engineering the competitors from our Retro tool. So here we're just gonna look at to see what's the best keywords are for this book. So here we can see that graph paper notebook 4x4 is ranked number 3, graph paper composition notebook 8.5 by 11, ranked number 3, graph paper notebook 8.5 by 11, 120 pages. So we're just going to, as we start going through this, just take notes of keywords that we like. So we can add a new sheet for that. And by liking, I just mean things that stand out. So that we can see here 5x5, 4x4, 8.5 by 11, 120 pages. So these are just interesting keywords that we can consider. And then let's just continue on this process. So we can see 4x4, 8.5 by 11, it's used quite a lot. Obviously, if you see like spiral and things like that, we can't use that because Amazon KDP doesn't do spiral books. All right, so we'll just continue here. So these were the search suggestions from Amazon. So we'll just quickly see which ones we like here. All right, so I'm just gonna mark which ones I like so then we can sort it and use that a little bit easier. So I like the word composition, that just stands out. 4x4 is used a lot. And then here we can see it says 5-star, but 5-star is a brand. So you obviously always want to never use trademarked words or branded words because that can get your account banned and at best get your book blocked. So stay away from anything like that. 1/2-inch squares, that sticks out to me. That's quite interesting. That could be a little bit more niche possibly because so far the main size for the inside was 4x4. So this would be 4 squares per inch. Quadruled, so that's the same thing as 4x4. Cute pink. I mean, there could be a potential for that. I guess targeting a little bit of a niche there. 5 stars, we're gonna stay away from that. 8.5 by 11. So that's obviously used a lot. Here we can see for math, so I like that. A little bit more niche down. And then here it says bulk. Obviously we can't do bulk, so don't even think about using those kind of keywords. We can see pink again. So maybe that's something we could do. And obviously if you're doing low content books or medium content books, you can also create similar books in the same or similar niches. So maybe with this research, we end up doing 1, 2, or 3 different books just based on all the keywords we find and the inspiration that we get. So we have cute and white again. 3 subjects, so that's kind of interesting. I like the 3 subjects. Obviously we wouldn't use the 5-star. And then we're just getting inspiration. So pink again, spiral. Here we can see red. So red was used a few times. And from my previous research in the past, I think this is referring to the cover. So people sometimes like a red cover for a graph paper notebook. So this is something we can keep in mind for the cover design later on. So let's see what else we can find here that is of interest to us maybe. Okay, so 200 pages, so that's quite cool. So that could be one way of adding more value because a lot of these notebooks and graph paper books are going to have 108 pages, 120 pages. So we're always also looking ways to add more value to make a book better than the competition. So maybe this could be one way to be better than the competition by having more pages. So let's see what else. So cute once again. So cute is starting to really stand out to me. We have red again. So I think we would definitely use that too, at least for the cover design. So let's see what else. We got light pink again. I mean, this could also be talking about the actual pages, but we'll see. All right, so then that would be what we have here. So I'll just quickly copy all of this over to our main sheet. All right, so let's continue with the other ones. So for now, we're just gonna skip the titles for now. We'll just do the other research. So here, these are the most used words. So all we're really interested in is maybe the top 10 or top 15. So let's just take these ones. And then here, the nice thing is we can see how many times cute was used or pink and red. So this could be definitely inspiration for not only the title, but once again, the cover too. All right, so then we'll look at the other ones. These are the most used words from the titles. So maybe we'll take the top 20 most used ones. And then I'm just going to keep track of where this came from so we don't get confused, just in case we're curious about that. All right, so this video, once again, is just a little bit slower paced, but I'm just showing you exactly what we do. And yeah, this is just how it is. All right, so now I think I'm just going to go ahead and copy the titles and put them down here for future use. All right, so let's just take a look at all of these keywords that we found to start getting an inspiration for the possible title. And then one thing I also always like to do is make sure that the title is not too long. So one way of knowing how long your title is typing in equals and then len and then selecting where it is, and then it will start counting how many letters were used. So we definitely want to stay under 100, at least that's my preference, maybe even around 80. And one of the reasons is because like when someone is shopping on Amazon on their mobile app, the amount of letters used and actually shown in the title is very small. So you want to make sure you have your most important keywords or the most important words in the beginning of your title. And ideally, we want to have the entire title showing on the search results for the mobile app. And also Amazon, if you read the help pages, it tells you to keep the title short, not too long. So that's just our preference, but you can see what you like to do. Here, I'm just going to note down exactly what I'm considering using, and maybe we can even create 2 or 3 different titles. Let's just see how we do. So, I mean, obviously graph paper notebook, that was very popular, and most people were using that in the beginning of the title. If we can just look here. So I think we'll start with that. 4x4, 5x5, that was a little bit niche. I kind of liked that. I liked for math, that was just a particular subject that was mentioned. I think that was the only subject that really stood out. But one thing to consider is if you're niching down too far, it might drive away some customers. So sometimes it's good to niche down. But then for this example, if we target people for math, then maybe we do another book with a similar title without math to see which one performs better. So maybe here, the first one we can do for math. So maybe we just take this exact match keyword for the title. So graph paper notebook, and then 8.5 by 11 for math. So that could be the title. And then we can work on the subtitle. So here we saw 120 pages. Here was 200 pages. I kind of like the idea that 200 pages could be more value than the other competition, but we can finalize that soon. But maybe 200 pages. I think one book we can do 4x4. One book could be 5x5. So let's just see how that could work. All right, just to get more inspiration, we're just gonna look at some other competitors' titles here. So one subject, here we can see that Amazon Basics has 240 pages, so that's also good to know. This one has 70 sheets. Graph paper notebook, composition notebook, that was one thing I also liked. So maybe we use that for the other title. Okay, and then for the last one, I liked the pink idea. So graph paper composition notebook pink. Maybe it could be pink cover. Maybe we put in a subtitle. I'm not sure yet, but this is just where my thoughts are currently at. So here's A5. That's something also kind of interesting. Something to consider. All right, so here we can see math and science. Science could also be good keywords. All right, so now to get even more inspiration, let's look at the single keywords here to see which ones were used the most and see what else we want to include. Quad rules, that's something we should also include as we saw earlier. I'm just going to take a note here. And let's see what else. Maybe the word grid. And hardcover, that's kind of interesting. Obviously with KDP you can do hardcover. So maybe you create one softcover and one hardcover version and then link them both together to the same listing. And then engineering, that could be something interesting. So maybe math and engineering can go together. All right, so what we can do here, we also want to use the word cute and we want to use the word red. That stuck out to us. So let's continue with the first one here. So we have graph paper notebook 8.5 by 11. So 200 pages, quad ruled 4 by 4. And then we get that keyword in. 200 pages, quad ruled 4 by 4. Okay, so now we have 64 characters. So let's just for now go to the next cover. So graph paper composition notebook 8.5 by 11. So maybe that is the title. And then this one, maybe we do 120 pages. 120 pages. And then maybe this one is 5 by 5. That was the keyword we saw earlier. 5 by 5. Oh, and then I just saw here grid paper. And that's just sticking out to me. Let's just see how many times grid was used. Okay, grid here 35 times. So maybe, I'm not sure right now how to use grid paper, but maybe we can say grid pages, 5 by 5. And then we want to use the word cute. So let's just see. So cute math notebook graph paper. That was one search suggestion. So maybe here we just say cute graph paper composition notebook. And then that can be that for the title. And then maybe we start with quad ruled 4 by 4, 120 pages with pink cover. So that's just one thought I had. So earlier I was talking about getting close to 80 characters. So this is close to that. It feels kind of short. I don't know if I'm fully satisfied just yet, but let's just continue with these others. So graph paper notebook 8.5 by 11 for math, 200 pages, quad ruled 4 by 4. And then we have graph paper composition notebook 8.5 by 11, 120 grid pages 5 by 5. So let's just look at the other titles again, just for more inspiration. 100 sheets, green, subject graph ruled paper, black cover, perforated sheets, graph ruled, 240 pages, graph ruled. So this is Amazon. So I guess that just kind of caught my attention. Obviously, we're not going to copy, but Amazon will be very good at doing their own keyword research. So let's just see what inspiration we can take from that. So obviously, we're not going to use any Amazon keywords. So classic, that's also interesting that they use the word classic. So that didn't really come up as used that often. So we'll probably skip that. Grid, notebook, graph ruled 240 pages. So maybe what we do here is we try to 200 graph ruled pages, and then here they say that it's 5 by 8.25 inches. So let's see. So now we have 65 characters. I mean, also, if you're just curious, we can also see how long their title was. So their title was 73 characters. So that can also just be interesting for you to see. All right, so one thing we can always do if we're running a little bit out of ideas, we can just look at the other data we had before just for more inspiration. So these are the Amazon search suggestions. So let's see what else we can find here. Maybe there's some keywords we missed the first time. So far, I think I've taken all the ones that grabbed my attention. We could have 2 subjects, 3 subjects, and the way we can do that with Amazon KDP is maybe having 50 pages of whatever interior and then having a blank page with a cover and it says subject 1 and then another 50 pages and then subject 2 or something like that. I think that's something that could work. So maybe we just write down 3 subjects and 5 subjects. Okay, so let's see what else. Okay, red cover we still want to use. 1 subject, 4 squares per inch. That could be something good. That was used a few times actually. So I actually really like that a lot. We'll just put that here for now. Let's see what else. So now we're making progress again, which is good. Large graph paper. That's maybe interesting for kids. Kind of niche. Maybe we can think with that. All right, so here, let's just look at the less popular words. I guess subject. We're not going to do bulk. 5 by 5 girls, kids, black cover, math, wildflowers, floral. So that can just be some inspiration for the cover design. I'll just note that down for cover design inspiration. Kawaii, something else for a cover theme. So when doing the title research, you can already get really good ideas for the cover too. Also teens with teen, girl, kids. I guess cute can go with girl possibly. So let's see what else. So here we had school. So for school, math, thick, graphing, students. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly, students, school, math. And then we also have engineering. So this is also good inspiration. Now we're making progress again. Drawing, possibly science. Green, maybe that's another cover idea. Okay, well now I'm feeling good. So let's take this and add it over here. I'm just going to keep that near the bottom just for possible more inspiration. I'm just going to drag this over here. And then these were more for the cover. All right, so let me just move them all into one row. I just want to move them up so I can see it closer to the title. All right, so now we have 4 squares per inch. So maybe this one here, we can say 4, so math, science, and engineering. So not 97 words, so under 100, so that's looking pretty good. This is something I'd be more happy with. Obviously, when you're creating your title, you want to have your one main keyword. And your main keyword should be a keyword that is niched down enough for you to have chances of ranking on page 1. And then the purpose for the rest of the title and the subtitle, at least when doing low content books and medium content books, at least with our strategy, is to get as many relevant keywords and words in there that are also searched for. Because Amazon can look at this entire title and subtitle and think of many different keywords and niches that this book could rank for. But obviously you want to do it in such a way that the title makes sense, that it reads properly, that it could be of interest to the reader, and not like keyword stuffing and repeating keywords and doing weird practices. Like we want to have a nice clean title that sounds good, reads good, and would actually get someone to want to click on it. So this one we'll leave for now. I'm kind of happy with that. So here, graph paper composition notebook, 8.5 by 11, 120 pages. So 5 by 5, so this wouldn't be 4 squares per inch. All right, let's just quickly mark what we've used now, just so we don't use all of the same keywords in all the different titles that we're creating. Obviously, we want to create different titles to possibly rank in different sub-niches. So what we didn't use was school and students. So I kind of like that. That could be for this. So maybe here for school students. Okay. So pink cover we've used. Engineering we've used. Quad-ruled we did use. Cute we used. Drawing, so that's also quite nice. So maybe school students and drawing, just to get that in there. Now it's 91, that's okay, that's too long. All right, so now we have subjects left, grid, I guess girl, and then 4 squares per inch, and red. I did like the word red. So maybe we say red cover, like that, 103, slightly long, but could work. Okay, 4 squares per inch. So now we have 100. I don't think I like that. I think we'll just skip that for now. So pink cover. So 4 girls maybe. And that's 89 characters. Obviously, girl didn't make sense. So we had to use the plural, but it can still be understood by Amazon. Yeah, but I think this is it. So I think we have 3 titles that could potentially work. So graph paper notebook, 8.5 by 11 for math, 200 graph ruled pages, 4 by 4 for math, science, and engineering. So that sounds kind of good. A little bit maybe vibes for adults or even work and college. So maybe for this one, we can have a blue cover since this one is a red cover. And then this one is a pink cover. So we already have some of the designs that we wanted for that. Maybe for the pink cover, we can also have some flowers in there just to get that. Yeah, so then this one was graph paper composition notebook, 8.5 by 11, 120 grade pages, 5 by 5 for school students, and drawing. Maybe drawing and school students. Red cover. And then we have cute graph paper composition notebook, quad ruled, 4 by 4, 120 pages with pink cover for girls. So obviously it doesn't have to be just girls. We're just doing that because it's a keyword. All right, so I think these would be 3 titles I would use, and we already have the strategy for the covers. So yeah, I hope you found this video useful, and let me know any other wishes you have for future videos, and I'll see you next video. Bye.